Hi, this is an explanatory video for LawPrep at Abhyaas on how to edit, modify, add or remove contents in a mobile app delivered by Conceptwaves. The image that you see on the screen is a representative image of the landing page of the mobile app. LawPrep mobile app will have 10 containers: My Profile, Announcements, Study Materials, Online Test, Resource Center, Join ALP, Refer a Friend, Chat, About Us, and Contact Us. Those two tiles are missing in this image. So let me take you to the page in which you can add or edit contents. The URL for this is abhyaas.edisquares.com. Log in with the credentials. Basically, the system will have these terminologies. One is announcements, downloads, test, lesson plan, reference, and the last one will be notifications. Announcements is any content, any text or attachment content that needs to be sent to the student. Announcement will have text, numbers, images, or any content that we are editing it via a text editor. Any downloadable content that needs to be provided to the student will be sent via downloads. The next is test. I'll give you a separate video on how to upload questions to the test and how to create a test. This is a lesson plan. Anything that involves steps or steps is called a lesson plan. The steps are defined as lesson plans. Any video links or book links or any online link will be given as a reference type. Any push notifications will be sent as notifications. These are the terms that are used by the system. So let me show you how to use all these terms. Go to the academics tab. You have the resources, study resource. In case you want to add new one, go to resource entry. Modify these, go to resource search. Create a learning lesson plan or a learning module, go to learning module. Now I'll show you the existing resources. Go to resource search. The resource type can be announcements, downloads, lesson plan, or reference, as I mentioned in the previous key. So when you click on the search button, it will show you all the announcements that have been created so far. Welcome is one of those: PTE, IELTS, IELTS, TOEFL, NSAT, GMAT, and so on. You can delete it, or you can edit it, or you can view it by clicking on these buttons respectively. I'll show you the view button. When you click on view, it will take you to a page where you can tag it. You can tag it to an enrollment level or an inquiry level. When it is an enrollment level, it means that this announcement or this text content will be available to a student of LawPrep only if he or she is enrolled. If he or she just downloads the app, then he can view it only if it is mapped under inquiry level. To map it, click on this button and choose Center as Katpalli or the whole of India, and the courses CLAT or all, the year, batch, invisible dates, from and to dates. If you want to make it visible for a long period of time, you can manually change it using the keyboard. You can also delete this so that this content will not be available to the student. Welcome is one of those announcements. So when I click on this edit button, it will take you to the page where you can edit it. So welcome to Abhyaas. If you want to create additional announcements, go to the academics tab, click on new resource entry, and resource type should be announcements, and enter the subject. some random data. So you can also attach a PDF or any content. Once it is done, click on create button and it will create an announcement. As you can see in this URL, 28 is the announcement ID. So you can map it to the enrollment level or the inquiry level. It will be mapped to the student. So any content that is mapped to the inquiry level will be available to all the students who downloads this mobile app. If you wanna, so remember this content 28. That's it. Next is the download type. If you want to give any downloadable books or formats, you can do that by using this download type. We have created two basic download types. Downloadable types can be provided under About Us, Books, Contact Us, or any other landing page, any other content on the landing page, or which means to say we can have study material content. So if you want that, please tell us and we will enable it so that you will get a study materials heading in this download type. To create a download type, go to the Academics tab, go to Resource Entry and select Downloads. So you can give name and the description here. As I mentioned earlier, you can have download type under any of the tabs, any of the containers. Next is the lesson plan type. I'll show you an example of a lesson plan. These are lesson plans. Anything that involves steps is a lesson plan. See. Under About Us, we have all these: About Institute, Social Network, Performance, Gallery, Faculty, and a lot more. All these are lesson plan types. So these lesson plans are nothing but just the steps. So when you want to attach a text content to this lesson plan, create an announcement type of text content and you can map that text content to this lesson plan. I'll show you how to create a lesson plan. Go to Learning Module, Academics tab, Learning Module. Lesson plan should be under About Us. The code is nothing but any code that is unique. So what we usually recommend is to use the same name as the code. Sort order is the order in which this lesson plan has to be placed. So which means to say this can have 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5, which means this should be order 6. You can also have sorted as 10, 20, 30, 40 and 50. So what I mean to say is that these contents will not be arranged based on the alphabetical order, but it will be arranged on the order in which you mentioned. Order numbers can be, because I mentioned 100, so it will be in the ascending order of the numbers. This photograph is the image that you need to display over here. You can choose File and attach an image. Learning module is created. As I mentioned earlier, you can map it to inquiry level, enrollment level, or inquiry level. Here comes the important part. This is called the steps. Steps are nothing but when you click on About Institute, it should take you to a page which will contain a text content or a number of steps additionally hereafter. So we are under testing. So when I click on step name, it can be I'll say sample content. Sort order as 10. So I have created two contents under the step name sample content. So which means to say, if there is a lesson plan by the name testing, when you click on it, it will show you a step called sample content. When you click on sample content, I'll slightly modify it as sample content 1. Okay. When you click on testing, it will take you to a page which will have two headings. One is sample content and another one is sample content 1. So when you click on it, it should take you to a number of text or images. So you can add text by clicking on this plus button, and as I mentioned earlier, create an announcement, mention the announcement ID, the resource ID that will be available on the URL, and click on add so that it will be added. You can add multiple number of text contents to a single step by clicking on this plus button and adding a resource ID. If you would like to create a lesson plan for test 2, create a lesson plan and then click on this plus, click on the test ID and enter the test ID so that this test will be available in this particular lesson plan. In case you want to increase the number of steps or the step sizes, you want to have 2-3 steps, you can first go to step group, edit it, add a step group and then have a step name. So this will increase the number of steps. If you want to edit a particular learning module available earlier, go to the Academics tab, Resource Search and Lesson Plan. So this will have Faculty under About Us, Gallery under About Us, Award Institute under About Us. So you can edit it, delete it or view it by clicking on this. If you want to add only the announcements or the text content, click on this view button and it will take you to a page. So there is already a step called Award Institute. Click on this plus and it will show you how to make attachments. If you want to see all the attachments that are made to this step, click on this I button and it will show you all the attachments. So we have mapped a download type of study resource to this About Abhyaas, which is viewable in the mobile app. Next is the reference. If you want to have a link, website link, click on this, and website under social will have all these. If you want to have additional reference link, tell us and we'll enable one more where you want to do it and it will be available. The drop down, give a name and give the link and click on update. Click on create, which will take you to a page where you can map it to inquiry or enrollment level. So I guess I have covered all these 4. Test is a separate video as I mentioned earlier. Next is notifications part. To push notifications, which will be available to the student. On this bell button, you have to push a notification. So go to the student search. Student search is a page which will tell you to see the list of students. You can filter the student list based on the academic year, inquiry number, name or batch presented. Click on the search button and it will show you all the results available. Since there is only one student who is downloaded the mobile app right now, it shows only one student name. If there are multiple students, it will be listed below. If you want to download an Excel sheet of all these, click on this XLS button and it will download it. You can send notifications to particular students by clicking on the checkboxes, or if you want to send a one single notification to all the students even without checking this box, click on the save notifications and it will take you to a page where it shows the number of students you have selected, and you can enter the text content here and click on the send button. This will give you a preview of the message that you're going to send. Click on send and it will be sent. you need some support from us, you can contact us in this number 92461 63210 for support from Conceptwaves.